Hi guys, this is the cricket connoisseur here, and today the test match and the T20 squad got announced today. This video will be about the T20 squad. You can see it on screen now. You've probably heard, if you've been following it, Mispa did a press conference this morning, and here you can see on the screen I've got a few players. I want to talk about some of the players. So Barber captain standard. We've got Imam Al Haq. Do I want him in the team? Obviously, I've got him in red. I've got the third in there because Misbah did mention that he's the third choice. So he won't be I highly doubt, I'm pretty certain he won't be playing the first game because Misbah said he's the third choice. And I don't think he'll be playing, that's why I got third. We got Fakhar Zaman there. About Imam Malak. His strike rate isn't the best. He did have a few man of the match performances domestically recently. That's one thing Misbah mentioned. He said if you look at Imam, his strike rate overall isn't the best, but he did have some man of the match performances in the National T20 Cup. And should he be in? We'll have to see how well he plays, but I probably would give it a miss. Fakhar Zaman, someone that's been very poor, and I wouldn't have him in the team personally. I think he's had 10 in the last 10 innings, average of 10.8. Just not performing for a while. He is a bit hit and miss. That's the problem, and that's players I don't really want in the team. I want consistency. So I wouldn't really have him in the team. The player obviously in my team when I picked, I put Hassan Ali, a young player, young 24 I believe. He had a very good, we had a good national T20 Cup, and he hasn't been picked, so they've got Fakhar. Haris Sohail is fine. Khushdil, I keep saying Khushdil Shah has been put. That's someone I had in my team yesterday. I put a team out of players I think that should be included in the squad, and he was in there. I'll give a quick stats. He has a 160 strike rate in the national T20 Cup. He hit 5 6s and 8 4s. He's a middle order batsman. I think it's a good pick. I actually had him in my team looking at the stats of the National T20 Cup. I think he's a good pick. Young guy. He's 23, I believe. Very young, and I think it's a good pick. I think you can see the theme of the team is younger players. We got Asif Ali in there. Another. I think a lot of people do say negative about him, but I think he should be in the team. Consistency, but I think he can. I think he's improving and he can hit the big shot. He is the only one, probably with him, the lower order, the last few overs. If you're talking about, if you want someone, bring in Asif Ali, he'll hit the big shots, and I think it's a good choice. Mohammad Rizwan, he's the best. If you're talking about keeping wise, he's the best keeper we've got. To be honest, he's probably a better keeper than Safraz. He's younger, he's more agile, he's smaller. So he's very fit. I still remember at one point, I can't remember which fitness test it was. He was the fittest player when they released they did all the teams. He was the fittest. His keeping's very good, agile. He did very good keeping last time in 2016-17 against Australia in Australia. His batting needs work on in terms of obviously strike rate wise. He's a very good stroke player, and obviously the makeup of our team, he will end up coming probably quite late. He needs to bat higher up, and but I think it's Kimo. I think he's the pick that we should have gone with, and I agree. Imad Wasim, playing very well recently. No qualms. Shadab, obviously, I think he's been picked. I think he should have been picked. He's had very poor performances. It's interesting. We know how good he is. He hasn't been performing well as late, so he's been picked again. I had him in my squad. I didn't have him playing in the first 11, but he's in the squad. He will play more than likely, I think. And then we got Iftikhar next. Personally, I wouldn't have him in the squad, and the reason is I wanted a fast bowling all-rounder. I wanted a fast bowling all-rounder. I already had in my team. In my squad, I had Amr Yamin and Ahmad Butt. First pick was Ahmad Butt. He took 8 wickets in the National T20 Cup, which is the second most behind Hasnain, who took 9, and he had a 250 strike rate. He faced 14 balls, hit 4 6s in those 14 balls. Can hit. That's what we were looking for. Fahim has been poor for a long time. Batting not delivering. Bowling has been off as well for a while. So I understand why he's not been picked in the team. And now we go bowling wise. We got Amir. He was always going to get picked. Hasnain, young player I really excited. Love watching him bowl. Love watching him bowl. Mohammad Irfan. Comeback for Mohammad Irfan. It's not you don't have to be genius to figure out why. Tall, 7 foot. It's gonna get the bounce. In the National T20 Cup, he took 3 matches, 3 wickets, an economy 4.91, so a touch under 5. So I understand even without these stats, tall, gets bounce. We understand why he's been picked. We got Muhammad Musa. This is another young player. In the National T20 Cup, he's played 1 game. He took 4 wickets. And one thing about him, he took early wickets. In that game he's played, he got the first top 3 batsmen out early, and one was Fakhar Zaman. So it shows he's an opening bowler. So maybe if he plays, he might open with Amir. You never know. Wahab Riaz. One thing I do want to say, Wahab Riaz. I think last few videos I've been saying that in the last T20 against Sri Lanka he went for 40 runs. He didn't. He went for don't want to give wrong information. He went for about 6-7 runs per over in both games. So I don't want to lie. That was wrong information. But I do need to check 100%. Every time. But he didn't really take. I think he took 1 wicket in each game, or 2 in what. He only took like 3 wickets in 3 games, or in 2 games he played. So to be honest, I don't really want him in the team. He's old. I understand maybe for the experience he's there. If you look, the really only experience in that team is Amir. Irfan hasn't played for a long time. And so, I do understand his pick. Him in there, he's quick as well. But I'd rather have some younger fast bowlers, to be honest. And we've got Usman Qadir, son of late Abdul Qadir. A few things about him. If you haven't heard of him, he actually moved to Australia, and I heard he was looking to play for Australia. He did have a few things to say in a video I watched about the Pakistan system and his his sort of negative things he didn't like about it. You can search it on YouTube and watch. He's played in the Big Bash, National T20 Cup. He's 4 wickets in 3 games, an economy of 6.84, which is a very good economy. And Misbah said, I haven't seen him bowl, but Misbah did say he has a very good flipper, like the different variations, which is one thing he said. I'm very looking forward to seeing young players play. It's so exciting. His overall T20 career, 23 games, 21 wickets, and again economy 6.78. So very good economy. So this is the T20 squad I've just gone through. Make sure you leave your comments below. Players you think that should have played, players that should not be playing, in, out. Any comments you want, make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you share the video. This has been the Cricket Connoisseur.